Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Part 2. In previous class, you have seen the tears of anther, then the structure of pollen grain and microsporogenesis. When microsporogenesis takes place, from pollen mother cells, 4 haploid pollen grains or microspores formed. Okay. Now, today we shall see the next part. That is the development of male gametophyte. The microspore is unicellular. It represents the first cell of male gametophytic generation in angiosperms. A very important neat point, that is, microspore is unicellular. Okay. Now, such a microspore undergoes development into male gametophyte. We shall see the development of male gametophyte. Study the diagrams one by one. During the development of male gametophyte, the nucleus of the microspore, which is haploid, remember, moves towards the margin of the cell or periphery of the cell, and its nucleus divide mitotically into 2 unequal cells. One cell is large, the other cell is small. The large cell is called vegetative cell. It is also called tube cell. Small cell is called generative cell. Okay. Now, between these 2 cells, a layer is formed. This layer consists of a chemical called callose. A very important neat or CT point. Now, the vegetative cell. As I told you, the vegetative cell is also called tube cell, which is large when compared to generative cell. Its cytoplasm contains many vacuoles, that is, vacuolated. If we examine the nucleus is lobed. Lobed means not spherical. Now, the generative cell. The generative cell is spindle shaped. with haploid nucleus. Now the single-celled microspore develops into two-celled male gametophyte or pollen grain. At this two-cell stage, it is liberated outside from the microsporangium of anther by the dehiscence of the anther. In majority of angiosperms, at this stage, that is a two-celled stage, male gametophyte is released outside or pollen grain released outside. That is in 60% of angiosperms. Okay. But in some angiosperms or in some families, this generative cell divide. Again, the generative cell nucleus divide and produce two male gametes or sperms. The sperms are non-motile. Non-motile means cilia absent or flagella absent. It is a highly advanced character of angiosperm. A neat point. Now the pollen grain consists of 3 cells. At this stage, released outside from the microsporangium in 40% of angiosperms. Okay, that's all the development of male gametophyte. Explain the structure and development of male gametophyte for 5 marks. See the diagrams. The next part. Next part is importance of pollen. What is the importance of pollen? Mostly all these points are neat or CT points. The pollen grains got importance because the pollen grains are rich in nutrients. Because of this reason, the pollen of some angiosperms used in the preparation of pollen tablets. Pollen tablets are prepared and even pollen syrup is prepared. You can see the diagram exhibiting pollen tablets and pollen syrup. What is the importance of this tablet means? The consumption of these tablets, or if you use these tablets and syrup, it increase the performance of athletics. Athletics means running race ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸು ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓಡ್ತಾರೆ. And also given to or administered to race horses. See, race horses ಸಹ ಇದನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ got importance. Next, pollen allergy. The pollen grains of many species got allergy. May cause severe allergies. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ ಪಾರ್ಥೇನಿಯಂ ಅಂಥದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಮ್ಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ರ್ಯಾಷಸ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಆ ಥರ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಪೋಲನ್ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈವನ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್. ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ ದಿ bronchitis. It leads to what is known as asthma, a respiratory disease. A very good example is the pollen of Parthenium. Parthenium means carrot grass. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಗಿಡ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡಾಡಿದರೆ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, pollen viability. Viability means how long the pollen is viable or living. Pollen viability varies in different species. That is, it varies from species to species. And it always depends on the temperature and humidity. For example, if you examine some cereals like wheat, rice plant, pollen is viable or living only for 30 minutes. Okay. In some members of the family, Rosaceae, Solanaceae, Leguminosae means family now called Fabaceae. Pollen is viable or living months together. A very important neat point I already told you. Rosaceae means the rose plant belongs to this family. Solanaceae means brinjal, badnekai. Tobacco, ogesappu. Then tomato, all these belongs to this family. Datura. Leguminosae or Fabaceae means it actually consists of 3 subfamilies like Papilionaceae, Caesalpinaceae and Mimosaceae. So these 3 subfamilies. Okay, that's all about pollen viability. Next, a most important part, cryopreservation. What is meant by cryopreservation? The pollen of plants may be preserved in liquid nitrogen. Such type of preservation called cryopreservation. The pollen is preserved just like the semen of animals. The pollen is preserved under minus 196 degree Celsius. A very important point. See, what is the use of this such pollen? The pollen is often used by plant breeders when they carried out breeding experiment. Breeding experiment means when they produce new varieties of plants, crop plants you can say now. That's all, cryopreservation. Now, another important point, fossil. See, pollen is so delicate, but it is preserved as fossil. You can't imagine. The pollen is preserved because of presence of a chemical called sporopollenin. A very important point. Okay, that's all the importance of pollen. Next, we shall move to the next part. Okay, right. See the pollen products, syrup and tablets. The next one is pistil or gynoecium. So far we have seen the male part, anther, pollen grain of flower or angiosperm. Now we shall see the pistil. What is pistil? Pistil is the female reproductive part of a flower. It's also called megasporophyll. It's also called the gynoecium. If we examine the gynoecium, it consists of ovary, style and stigma. The ovary may be monocarpellary, means it may consist of only one carpel. What is carpel? It's a modified leaf. That is, when the leaf is folded, it forms carpel. And a chamber is also formed. We call locule. You will come to know later on. The ovary may consist of one carpel called monocarpellary. Example, pea, or the members of the family Leguminosae, or even the carpels may be many. If 2, bicarpellary, 3, tricarpellary, 4, tetracarpellary, 5, pentacarpellary, more than 5, multicarpellary pistil we call. Okay, next. If the ovary is multicarpellary, you imagine, the carpels are fused one another. Such an ovary is called syncarpus. Syn means fused. Carpus means carpels. Carpels are fused. You can see hibiscus ovary. It consists of only 5 carpels. ನಾವು ಬೆಂಡೆಕಾಯಿ ಹಚ್ಚಿದಾಗ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. 5 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸು ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಲಾಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಪೆಂಟಕಾರ್ಪ್ಯುಲರಿ, ಪೆಂಟಲಾಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್. ಓಕೆ. In plant like Michaelia means sempie. The carpels are many. That is what we call multicarpillary. But carpels are free. Multicarpillary, apocarpus pistil, a very important neat or CET point. Even in Sitapala, what we call it as Sitapal and Rampala, multicarpillary apocarpus ovary is there. I already told you, the pistil is differentiated into basal, swollen ovary and middle style upper stigma. What is the function of stigma? The stigma receives the pollen grains at the time of pollination. Okay. Next, the ovary inside contains chambers or the locules. Inside the locules, we come across ovules or the megasporangia. Singular is megasporangium. These ovules attach to the ovary with the help of a tissue called placenta. The phenomenon is called placentation. You have studied in your first PUC different types of placentation. For example, marginal, axial, parietal, basal, free central, etc. With regard to number of ovules in the carpel, carpel may contain only 1 ovule. We call monocarpillary, unilocular, with 1 ovule in each chamber. Example, wheat, paddy, even mango. Mango contains only 1 ovule. On the other hand, if you examine the tears of ovary of papaya, watermelon, the ovary or the chambers contain many ovules. Tomato and ಹಚ್ಚಿದಾಗ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. Okay. Now, apocarpus ovary, example, Michaelia. Multicarpillary, syncarpus ovary, example, papaver. So that's all about pistil gynoecium. Okay. Now you study the diagram. The diagram A shows papaver pistil. Papaver pistil means ಗಸಗಸೆ ಅದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸ್ಟೈಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ. ಮಲ್ಟಿಕಾರ್ಪ್ಯುಲರಿ ಸಿಂಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಓವರಿ. ಮೈಕೇಲಿಯಾ, ಯು ಸಿ ಮೆನಿ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಲು. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರೀ. multicarpellary apocarpous pistil. Sampiyadರಲ್ಲಿ. The diagram C shows hibiscus. You can see now the basal ovary, middle style and upper stigma. Ovary is a stalk-like part. It is stalk idangide adu. Okay. Study the diagram also. Now, very important point for the examination is structure of ovule or explain the megasporangium. Don't confuse in the examination. For both question, answer is only one. Megasporangium shows the following structure. If we examine the ovule of an angiosperm, it shows the following details. Study the diagram. The ovule consists of a stalk. The stalk of the ovule is called funicle. Next, hilum. The ovule consists of the body. The point of attachment of body of ovule to the funicle is called hilum. Okay. Now, very important point. The nucellus or megasporangium. Nucellus is the major part of the ovule when the ovule is young, and it is the diploid tissue. The cells stores lot of reserve food materials because the tissue is parenchyma. So, megasporangium contains lot of reserve food materials. Next, integuments. The megasporangium or nucellus is protected by a layer called integument. Integuments may be 1, 2 or 3, sometimes absent. If only one integument, unitegmic ovule, 2 bitegmic ovule, 3 tritegmic. If no integuments or integuments are absent, it is called ategmic ovule. More commonly, the integuments are bitegmic in angiosperms. The integument is closely fused with nucellus, except at one end, and form a narrow opening called micropyle, through which the pollen tube enters at the time of fertilization. This micropyle end we call micropylar end of the ovule. The opposite end is called chalaja. Okay, so that's the structure of ovule or megasporangium. See the ovule, anatropous ovule means inverted ovule, bent ovule. See the diagram, the funicle, hilum, micropyle, narrow opening you can see, then outer integument, inner integument. Now Next to the integument, we come across nucellus or the megasporangium. It is the major part. Okay. At the center, embryo sac is there. When the ovule is young, there is no embryo sac. When it matures, embryo sac differentiates. Don't confuse. Okay. So that is the structure of ovule. Okay. So now the ovule when mature, I told you it contains embryo sac. It's also called female gametophyte. The mature ovule shows embryo sac. It is haploid. It shows egg apparatus at the micropylar end, and this consists of one egg and two synergids. At the chalaja, 3 antipodals are present. At the center, central big cell contain diploid secondary or definitive nucleus, which is formed by the fusion of two haploid polar nuclei. Okay, that's all the structure. So there is a reference note. Unitegmic ovule, example gymnosperms. Bitegmic ovule, very common in angiosperm. Ategmic, integument absent in parasites. For example, Loranthus. Okay.